I tried every way to make her love me, and she still chose someone else. I was never the guy girls fell for at first sight. Not the loud one, not the rich one, not even the mysterious one. But the day I met her, I knew. I just knew. That smile, it was like the sun had chosen a new face. Her name was Alina, the girl who painted walls with poems and danced barefoot in the rain. She didn't just walk, she glided. Like she belonged in a world none of us were worthy of. And me, I was just the guy at the back of the room. Watching, wanting. I started small. Smiles in the hallway. Helping her carry books she never asked help for. Showing up to her poetry readings, clapping longer than anyone else. She barely noticed. She had her circle, artists, dreamers, guitar boys with broken hearts and expensive hair. I was invisible. So, I decided, be undeniable. I changed everything. Got fitter, smarter, wore the kind of shirts she complimented on others. I even started writing. Bad poetry at first, then the kind that made professors stop and stare. She once read one of my pieces in the university magazine and said out loud, "Whoever wrote this, has a haunted heart." My name wasn't on it, but my heart heard her. There was a protest on campus, something about funding cuts. She was leading it, passionate and wild. I stood by her side, holding banners, shouting chants I barely believed in. That night, when rain started falling and people left one by one, I handed her my jacket. She looked at me and asked, "Why are you always around?" I smiled and said, "Because you're worth orbiting." She didn't smile back, but she didn't walk away either. Then came Rohan, a sculptor with eyes like dusk and a beard that made professors jealous. He made her laugh. He held her in front of everyone. He kissed her under the archway where I once dreamt of just holding her hand. I tried to disappear. For days, I didn't show up where she'd be. But I couldn't hold back forever. I wrote her a letter. Just one. "If loving you is a story I'm writing alone, then let me write every word. Even if you never read it." I never gave it to her. She got her heart broken by him. He left for Europe. Left her shattered. She sat alone for weeks. I brought coffee. She never drank it. I sent songs. She never replied. I listened. Hours. Silence from her side, but I stayed. One day, she finally whispered, "Why are you doing this?" I said, "Because I would want someone to do it for me if I ever forgot how to smile." She cried. And I cried, too. Silently. Weeks turned into months. We grew closer. We shared stories. Laughed. Watched movies late at night. She let me walk her home. Hold her umbrella. She leaned her head on my shoulder. I thought I made it. One night, she kissed me. Soft, hesitant. Then pulled away and said, "I'm not ready." I said, "I'll wait." She said, "Don't." But I did. On her birthday, I recreated her favorite poem on the walls of an abandoned library. Lights, candles, rose petals, everything she ever dreamed of. She walked in, saw everything. Tears welled in her eyes. Then she said, "You love me too much. More than I can return." My heart cracked. Not shattered. Just cracked. Slow, quiet. "Then let me love you the way I know," I whispered. "Even if it's just for a moment." She touched my face and said, "I wish I could choose my heart. But it doesn't choose you." Years have passed. She's married now. To someone who makes her laugh, not cry. I never stopped loving her. I learned that sometimes, love isn't about winning. It's about giving everything, even knowing you might lose. They say effort always pays off. But I learned, sometimes, it only pays. In silence, in memory, and in the poetry of unrequited love. But if I had to do it all over again, I'd still choose her. Every version of me would.